Hey guys, and welcome to Donuts Bulletin, where we do not talk about donuts. No, instead, this week we're going to talk about making our own homeschool worksheets. This is actually something I started doing this year, and I found to be very helpful. There were times where we need to supplement or spend an extra week or so on some concept, and I couldn't find exactly what I needed. So I learned how to make my own worksheets, and now I'm going to teach you how to do the same. But before we get started, make sure you hit that subscribe button, give me a big thumbs up, and share this video with your other homeschool friends. If you don't have time to make your own homeschool worksheets, that's okay, because I don't always have time myself. So I want you to make sure you check out my personal store and look at what I have made. A lot of the stuff I have in the store is free. There's a couple items that you may have to pay for, but still, regardless, check it out. Something in there may help you and your family out. So with that being said, let's get started. Okay, guys, so this is the actual worksheet we will be learning how to make today. For anyone who is interested in the clip art for this worksheet, I will be posting a link to where I got this clip art in the description below. I will also be posting a link directly to my store where you can download this worksheet if you don't want to take the time to make it yourself. I have it made up in a nice little PDF packet that will give you this specific worksheet, as well as, I want to say it's got like 6 or 7 other similar worksheets in the packet as well, and it is free, so you don't have to pay for it. With that being said, let's begin. So the first thing first that you're going to need to know how to do is to make your slides in this size, and it's actually pretty easy. You're going to want to go up to the top here to design, and you're going to click on design. Then if mine will go to design, there we go. You're going to want to click on design, and then you're going to go over here where it says slide size, and you're going to click the drop down arrow and then go to custom slide size. Now mine's already set up, but you're going to want the box down, drop down on custom. You're going to make sure your width is 8.5 inches and your height is 11 inches. And then you don't have to mess with anything else. Just the slide size needs to be set to custom, width needs to be set to 8.5 inches, and height needs to be set to 11 inches. And then you're going to click OK. And you may have a pop-up come up. When that comes up, let me actually see if I can get that up. Okay, we'll do that. Yes. So when you change the width, you're going to have this pop-up come up, and you're just going to want to click maximize. That's it. And everything will work the way that you want it to. Okay, and I'm going to hit cancel since I don't actually need to change my slide size. So now, when your slide first appears, you are going to have text boxes. You should have 2, one on the top and one towards the bottom. They may not look exactly like these text boxes, but that's perfectly fine because we're going to delete them. So you just click on the corner till you see a solid square box with dots around it. And then you're going to hit the delete button on your keyboard, and you're going to do the same thing with the second box and just delete it. So when you get to where you just have a blank white page like this, you get whatever clip art it is you're wanting to use. So like I said, in this case, we're going to be using the fish. So we're going to pretty much, you can either copy and paste, drag and drop. There are tons of ways you can get your clip art in here. Since I have mine actually already open, I am going to just copy and paste. And there you go. So you'll line these up, and the nice thing is you'll see these nice red lines that appear whenever I move my clip art, And those are just to help me make sure my clip art is all lined up correctly on how I would like it for this. So I'll line that up. And they don't have to be exactly the same as mine are. You can line yours up however you want. There. Now, the next thing is going to be to put text on our page. So that's really simple. So we want to make sure we're at the home right here at the top. And then as long as we're at the home, you're going to go over to the box that says drawings right here. And then you're going to go up to this little box here that I can highlight a bunch of stuff in. And if it is already up there, you're going to want to click on this first one right here that looks like a square with an A in it. That's your text box. If your PowerPoint does not have that, then you're going to want to go here to this little arrow pointing down with a line over top of it and click down. It's going to give you a nice little drop down box, and it's going to be under basic shapes. Mine's under recently used just because it is something I use a lot making worksheets. So you click it, and you're going to get what I think looks like a little sword. And then you're going to hold your left mouse down, and it's going to make a nice big box like this, and you just drag it for as big as you want it. And voila, there you go. Now, because most little kids like cool different fonts, you can use whatever font you want. I'm going to use LL Elementary Dots because that is one of the fonts that I used for the original worksheet. So it's pretty simple. So I'm just going to, of course, type name at the top for my worksheet and make this nice little line using the underscore key. And then I'm just going to drag and drop this wherever I want it, change the size, and there you go. Now, of course, we're going to need instructions so our child knows how to do the worksheet, or so others can read how to do it, and that's pretty simple. I'm going to do the same thing, create another one of these boxes, change my font to whatever I want. Again, I'm using LL Elementary Dots. And we are going to count the fish. And then I'm going to click anywhere on the page to take me out of the box. And then I'm just going to drag and drop. Now, one thing you'll notice on the original sheet here, I have lines here. They aren't dotted or dashed or anything. There's another way you can make these besides using this little text box. Now, normally I would actually just click the already made line right here and then copy and paste, but I'm going to show you actually how to make this line. So, back to our new worksheet that we're making. You're going to go back up to drawings, and you're going to want to use this diagonal line here. Again, if it's not already up in the box, make sure you drop it down, and then you're going to go to the one that says lines. It's going to be the first one. And as you can see, like, there's all kinds of different options you have that you can use to make lines. If you don't want just a straight line, if you want like arrows, there's all kinds of different things. Like, you probably use this to make a number line. But we, for right now, for our purposes, just want line. So we take it, and we're going to make a line, however long you want to make it, you know. I always try to give the child a lot of room to write, especially when I'm making worksheets for younger children, because they like to write really big. So, there we have our line, but we notice that our line is blue, which is not the color that I want it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up to drawing, and I'm going to click on shape outline, and I'm going to drop down the tab. And then as you can see, I can change it to any color I want. If you'll look, it's kind of covered up by the drop down tab, but you can kind of see where it's changing different colors depending on where I put my mouse. But I want black. There. So now that I've got my first line made, I don't want to keep making lines. Plus, I want to make sure my lines stay the exact same size each time. So I'm going to I'm going to click on it. So I have 2 circles at the end of my line. And then when I get that, I'm going to right click. And then I'm going to copy. And then I'm going to paste. And you can paste with either picture in this case, because we're going to be moving anyway, so it doesn't matter where it places it. So there you go. So there's 1. And 2. And there you have it. You made a simple worksheet. Now, like I said, this is just a very simple worksheet. and it's just a basic intro. But as you play around with it, look at other people's worksheets, all kinds of different things. Look at the different shapes, you know, start collecting your own clip art. You can make all kinds of things. And the nice thing is with PowerPoint, it's very versatile. You can rearrange things how you want. But of course, we may have our worksheet, but we have one last step. So with that, we're going to go to File, since it's done, and we're going to go to Save As, because right now we still have it as a PowerPoint presentation. You can print it out as a PowerPoint presentation, but the nice thing is if you turn it into a PDF, which is what I'm going to show you how to do, you can also email it to friends. It's a little easier to print out, I think, in PDF format, or you can even, like, you know, start your own store and start uploading papers to sell or share with others. But when you go to, let me start over. So we're going to save it, is our final step. And we're going to go up to File, and then we're going to go to Save As. And then wherever you want to save it, I'm going to save mine here because this is where I save all my worksheets. So to turn it, if we save it just as it is, it's going to be saved as a PowerPoint. So we have to change this drop down box here. And you click on it, of course the tab's going to drop down, and you're going to want to find the one that says PDF right there. And then you click PDF, and then you name it whatever you want to name it. I'm going to name this one Fish. And then you hit Save, which I already have this file made, so I'm just going to click Cancel because I don't want to override the existing file. But it'll save as a PDF, and then all you have to do is go to where you chose to save the file and open it up, and it should open up in Adobe Reader. And then from there you just can print it, you can share it with others, you know, just whatever your goal is for the reason for making this worksheet. So that's it for this simple worksheet. Like I said, if you'd like to see more of these videos, don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, and share this with your friends. On top of that, don't forget to check out my shop too. If you wish to download this worksheet, I already have it pre-made in my shop. On top of that, I will also link where I received the clip art from. I hope you enjoyed this, and see you guys all next week. Thanks. Bye.